Hello, my chicklets. Thank you for stopping by. Today we will be reading day 27 in our Soulmate September series. In this one, your eyes match the color of your soulmate's hair, even if they dye their hair. This story is titled Resplendent. Being a teacher came with certain challenges, one of which was capturing and maintaining the focus of students. Logan wasn't so arrogant to believe that he could always keep his students' attention, but he felt like he did a respectable job on most days. Today was not one of those days. He was in the middle of his lecture on different biological classifications when he heard the first giggle. One student not paying attention wasn't uncommon, nor was it a problem. It only became a problem when one giggle turned into a classroom of whispers and chuckles. I know this is not the most fascinating subject, but this will be on the test, Logan said, looking around his class, who straightened up the moment he looked directly at them. He had been reading out of the textbook, but he could see now the contained giggles and glances that the students were sharing. Would one of you like to point out what it is that is distracting all of you so that I can address it? He kept his voice calm. He wasn't mad. This was a part of teaching. Sometimes students got distracted, and there were nicer ways to pull them back in, but he needed to know what the issue was first. As expected, no one said anything for a full minute, nervous eyes darting to one another before one brave soul raised their hand. Mr. Sanders, your eyes have changed color, and it's kind of cool. You should look at it. Roman. Logan loved his soulmate and husband. He loved him more than anything in this world. Probably more than he loved anything in the universe, but Roman didn't often think before he acted. Putting down the book, Logan went to grab his phone and flipped the camera so that he could look at exactly what the students were talking about. It was well known that everyone's eyes shared their color with their soulmate's hair. For many, that meant their eyes were black, brown, sometimes a light blonde or vibrant red, but for many others, including Logan, it meant so much more. Roman had a propensity for dyeing his hair, and looking into the phone's camera, Logan could see the iridescent rainbow of colors that would await him when he got home. It swirled beautifully, and he would have to remember to compliment Roman after chastising him for doing it during his class. Well, it seems I'm going to have a hard time keeping you all focused on biology classes, so how about we focus more on soulmate bonds? And if you can all focus for a bit, I can spend the last 10 minutes answering questions specifically regarding this. It was a rare treat that he would give the class Q&A time, but that was a time where any question on a subject could be asked, no matter how strange or embarrassing. He did it all anonymously through a website, so none of the students felt self-conscious about their handwriting being recognized or the strangeness of their questions. An excited murmur fell over the class as Logan shifted his position and seamlessly began lecturing about a completely new subject. True to his word, he answered student questions regarding soulmates, but also specifically regarding his soulmate. Sometimes you had to work with the students where they were at, and he would just have to adjust the coursework for his class. The students learned about how changing your hair color changes your eye color, and many soulmates would do this intentionally to make it easier to find one another. He even talked about the difference between platonic soulmates and romantic soulmates, and there was one student he saw visibly relax. Almost everyone left the room with excitement in their steps. These were the days that Logan loved being a teacher. Once everyone had left, Logan picked up his phone, taking a picture of his eyes before texting it to Roman. Mind explaining why my eyes changed color in the middle of class? Oops. Sorry, darling. I thought it was your prep period. You should see my hair, though. It is simply resplendent. Resplendent? I'm impressed. I learned it from you. I'm excited to see you when I get home. I'm sure you look exquisite. Roman sent a kissy face as his last text, and Logan couldn't help but sigh softly at his husband. Roman was just the perfect amount of extra. He hoped that his darling wouldn't push too hard to try to apologize. There really wasn't a need. Looking at his eyes once again, Logan fell in love all over. They did look rather resplendent, and he knew Roman did an amazing job at dyeing his hair. He couldn't wait to get home and see him. But first, Logan would need to go through the rest of the day. He pulled out his sunglasses he kept in his bag. This wasn't the first time that Roman had decided to dye his hair in the middle of Logan's classes, and it wouldn't be the last. Thank you all for listening. Again, this was day 27 in our Soulmate September series, Resplendent. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.